I want to go back to JD Vance. I want to move to JD Vance because he came for Jasmine Crockett.
May I say one other thing? I'll give to JD Vance and Donald Trump. They've got some fine, pretty women on their arm, and they have surrounded themselves in attractive women who are capable, which is more than I can say for the Democratic Party, in spite of their rhetoric to the contrary.
Oh, you saying JD Vance's wife Usha is pretty?
Yes, and so is Donald Trump's wife.
Have you seen a picture of Usha? She's Indian.
Yes.
Okay.
I know. She's beautiful. So anyway, the other thing is they are surrounded by women who are on their staffs, more so than you would be accustomed to seeing a Democrat surrounded.
Okay. All right. Well, I want to play this because JD Vance, when he spoke yesterday at the TPUSA AmFest, America Fest, or America First Fest, he took a shot at Jasmine Crockett and she clapped back. So here's the clip.
She wants to be a senator, though her street girl persona is about as real as her nails.
The caricature he tried to make of you at this conservative youth conference, I think every black woman heard what he was trying to say there.
We have a candidate in me who absolutely plans to talk to any and everybody, and that is why they are afraid. The fact that he said I have a quote-unquote street girl persona, I'm sorry, but anybody that you talk to knows my credentials. They know that I've gone to school. They know that I'm educated. I never tried to put on some random story about where I came from, but at the end of the day, I am who I am, and I am authentic. And that is actually what they are fearful of, is my authenticity, because it rings true with every single American, whether they're a Texan or not. It rings true that I am fighting for real everyday people. And instead of talking about policy, when you're talking about the record speaks for itself, baby, let's talk about your record. Because the only reason you're the vice president is because the current president tried to have his last president killed. Let's talk about qualifications. Let's talk about who has actually been fighting for people way before she ever ran for office, whether it was in the courtroom or if it was in the streets, making sure those that were out there wanting to exercise their constitutional right to come together and protest injustices. I was representing pro bono people that were getting arrested as they were out in the streets. So listen, I don't have time for him and their games. They are scared, and they should be scared. I need Texans to focus in. I need them to think about the fact that our two senators literally just voted against extending the Affordable Care Act tax subsidies that would help almost an additional almost 4 million people that are on the marketplace in a state where we have 5 million that are completely uninsured. They basically are trying to put another 4 million people off of their insurance. And this is before we endure the cuts that are coming because of the big ugly bill, where we know 17 million people in this country are going to lose their health care. Listen, I'm staying focused. I'm not going to be distracted. And when they can tell me about their policies that are helping Texans, then we can have a conversation. Until then, take whatever shots you want to take at me, because I have been a black woman my entire life. I promise you, there are other people just like JD Vance who have tried to do the same racist tropes my entire life, and somehow I ascended and became a U.S. Congresswoman. It will not be different when I become a U.S. Senator, and we can have a conversation when I get to the Senate floor if he wants to talk.
I know that's right.
How about this one? I'm a career black man. I've been around twice as long as you in life, being black. And I think you're a crock of whatever it is. You're ignorant. You display stupidity. You put on a fake act. And you remind me of a joke. I forget who it was. Nipsey Russell, not Hustle, but Russell, the comedian. Or was it, I'll remember, but he used to talk about, he would go out and he went out and picked somebody up at a bar. And when she got back to the place he was staying and she started taking everything off, there wasn't much there once it came off. She's fake. She went to a $35,000 a year finishing school before she went to Cecil B. Rhodes College here in Memphis, Tennessee, where she became part of the Young Democrat cabal, which is a bunch of little goons trying to steal the city line right now. And perhaps she picked up too much from them. She talks garbage. She's talking about this affordable care cut, but she's not talking about it concerns the illegal aliens who were getting free health care at taxpayer expense, while the rest of the citizens, and especially our great veterans, are not getting anything at all. She's not talking about the fact that some of the cuts have to do with some illegal alien families getting $5,000 a month, $5,000 a month for a family of four who have broken the law and crashed the border. So she's not giving us the truth. It's a typical pack of lies, and it sounds like a good little sweet Nazi who is trying to be glammed up. And I'm sure her beautician bill per year is very enormous, and I wonder where she gets that to. Is that part of her work budget? Or do the taxpayers pay for that too? So anyway, she's a fake little critter.
Well, let me say
And
this.
she exhibits one little last point. Malcolm X, St. Malcolm said it. Said a processed head reveals a processed mind, and look how processed her head is.
Well, that's a wig and a weave.
Well, exactly.
That's
So
not
it's
processed.
fake.
It's
It's a processed set of hair.
well, I got fake hair
It's,
with my braids.
yeah, no, but I'm saying it's fake. And look at it, and that's what kind of mind she has. Her wig hat exemplifies her mind.
Well, I didn't. Her response didn't have to be 2 minutes because he took a jab, and I think she is being serious now because she's running for senator. So she is speaking more to the people in the state of Texas. And she's speaking more to specific policies for Texans and the nation, right? Because you want to be senator in that state. And that's why she gave a 2-minute response where his jab of her was only 35 seconds. She could have just posted something. She could have tweeted something like boy bye, or
she doesn't have the wit to respond.
Right. So let me say this. Maybe not. But someone in her camp does, and they should have said, listen, just tweet, oh, I'm just as fake as your what you call that fake hair that men wear. I'm just as fake as your
toupee
that you wear, since you want to talk about my fake, something like that. She should have just came back with that.
She can't run the dozens.
It's not.
She's not very black. She doesn't know how to run the dozens.
It's not that. Because Trump is not black, and he, run the dozens. But
but I'm just saying she's not very good at it.
Let me finish what I was saying. It's not about her being like a Trump or trolling like a Trump. What I'm saying is everything does not deserve a drawn out reply, and certain things that she's going to have to learn. You're going to have to just take a jab back or just not respond at all. But again, she's trying to convince the public that I'm not ghetto and I am a serious politician and I'm speaking to the issues.
Actually, she tries to come across as ghetto hood rat. So, I was speaking sarcastically about her background. She's got exactly the opposite type of background, but she tries to come across as street, which she's faking about it. And that also is shown by the fact that she can't come back with the repartee, which is a witty response to somebody cracking on her. She has to go where she went. She doesn't have anybody on her staff because they don't get it. If you talk to them in person, they don't get it. And the other thing is, she wouldn't be very street if she couldn't come back on somebody. So she's just faking that too. And the one thing that I find interesting is she's just as lame as it comes. She's pompous and she's narcissistic And the thing about it is Vance is going to be very difficult to campaign against when he runs for president because he's like a good stand-up comic. He's very fast on his feet with the comebacks and with what I'm reading the audience. Yeah, that's it. Blah. And he hits them with something heavy and they laugh about it, or it's funny, or it's telling. And her, all she can do is lamely pontificate about it.
Pontificate. Yeah.
The girl ain't too swift. And by the way, all that pro bono nonsense she's talking about, if you are somebody's representative, a public defender, and you that kind of slow-witted stuff, I feel for you.
Yeah. Well, guys, please hit the like button. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Share the